Good morning, United States, and you whole entire world. The reality of it is there are people that watch me all over the world, and that's pretty cool. So good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I just wanted to share a little bit about my Saturday and what I'm dealing with. So I just wanted to tell everyone I love you and I appreciate you, and I hope that you find value in this. So, I made a few poor choices in the past couple months, but just the other day I went and looked at now the 5th toy hauler. And everything about this toy hauler was right. It checked all the boxes. And the moral of this story is I filtered out things that were more than 15 grand. And when I did that, I filtered out 6 or 7 of this exact same floor plan that wanted $16,000 to $18,000. This particular toy hauler that I drove 5+ hours round trip to go look at, all said and done, was a really good deal. I'm realizing that about a day too late. Well, actually I knew it right then, but he was willing to accept $9,000. He wanted 10, and I should have took the 9. I should have taken that toy hauler. Now, why do I tell you this? In that very moment, I got super nervous. I was like, holy crap, Justin. You're gonna try to find a hitch in this town, go buy the hitch, come back, hook the toy hauler up, go back to the LTVA, which you just recently showed up and aren't really sure how this whole system works. Pull your new other toy hauler in here, switch everything around, fix the other one, and do this whole huge process. I've never even hauled a 5th wheel. And that in and of itself is I'm sitting there thinking of just psyching myself out. There's going to be something in the bed this time, not on the back, it's in the bed. And I know that from everyone I've talked to, it's way more stable. It's the way to go. It's just like a gas versus a diesel truck and hauling mountains. Once you go gas, once you go diesel, you never go back. Once you go up them mountains, it's just night and day different towing with a diesel when it comes to mountains. And you learn that with experience. But can you foresee that, before you shell out that extra $10,000 for that diesel truck over that gas truck? Can you foresee that benefit? Maybe not. Well, here's the deal. I got scared. And I'm smart enough to know that, generally speaking, your fear senses are there for 2 particular things. 1, A, to keep you alive, and then 2, to keep you stuck. So I've learned this. There's been multiple times where my fear monger dude said, hey buddy, you better slow your roll, you're gonna fucking fly off that cliff. And sure enough, shit, you were right. I hit the brake this time instead of the gas, and lo and behold, there's a massive cliff. We've seen that before on my videos. So this particular case, it was take the deal. It's scary. You have all these big things in front of you, but you've done this before. What happened when you did it last time? Your business grew. You were able to fund that portion of the journey. You were able to fit nicely in your space. You were able to add to the experience by bringing your dirt bike this time, which has added a lot of fulfillment to the process. But throughout the last couple of months, I've also added other minor things, and gold prospecting. There's a lot of space that's been taken up. There's a lot of space that I'd like for that to have, but I don't have the space. I'm smart enough to know I already feel trapped in this little tiny cube. And then on the top of all that, I have to be mindful that this is the best way I could put this. Imagine putting yourself in a 10 by 20 storage unit, cramming it full of stuff, putting a little pathway down the center, and sleeping in it every night. That's how it feels right now. Now, I see that, and I also recognize that last night I'm at the dollar store getting some food, and there are people sleeping out on the sidewalk. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, all I have is this little no, this is what I have. This is the choices that I made. This is where I'm at because of that. But in the position that I'm in and the goals that I have ahead of me, the things that have to happen for what I see the future to look like, getting out of this toy hauler into a bigger toy hauler is absolutely the next step. There's no other thing I can do to better my situation than to get into that toy hauler so I can feel less stressed. I can essentially feel like I've regained my space back. I can get control of my head so I can then continue to move forward. But right now, if my space is a reflection of where I'm at mentally, I am very ashamed to show you what that space looks like. The only positive thing is I've been dwelling and stewing in this for a matter of weeks now, so much that I have no question as what the path is out. It's just I cannot make another good deal show up, and I just should have I did know better. I knew every which way. I had 2 different people tell me you need to go buy that toy hauler, and I literally watched it slip away. Shame on me. Shame on me. So what can we learn? If you're watching this still, let's learn from this together. When you see an opportunity, try to let your emotions, sit them back and just really try to pinpoint, like, is this going to better my journey? Even if it feels scary, even if you can see all the ways that it could make the journey harder in the shorter term, like, remember what got you in that position. Remember what you drove there for. Remember why you're looking at what you're looking at, or thinking about why you're thinking about. Is there a possible way that the picture that this will then paint after you make that choice could be brighter? And if it's indistinguishable, a lot of times in pictures turn out real bright, but you have to have the courage to jump onto that blank canvas. And I didn't. And I'm kicking myself hard because at this particular moment, it's now costing me 2 more full days that I've literally exhausted my entire day sitting in this truck or circling this camper, looking for more good deals on toy haulers. And every single time I just get more reassurance that that last deal was a screaming deal. And I literally let it go right underneath my fingertips. And I would be moving on. I would be listing my camper for sale. I would be going on to the next step of this journey. But because I made just poor choice there, now I have to hope and pray that the patience or the neglect in the decision that I made is going to result in a better outcome. But as just with seeing 5 campers, that was a good deal. It was a good camper. For me to find another camper in that condition at that price, that was the one. So hopefully it doesn't cost me too much, but right now it's costing me a hell of a lot of mental stress. So the best thing I can do, get this next opportunity, go look at it, and don't come home without it. Try to get the price I want, but at the end of the day, if I can't get the price that I want, I need to accept the fact that they're probably in line with a decent price, buy it, come home, and be done. Move forward. Indecision is worse than no decision. And that's the place that I'm at now. Me not making decisions costing me a lot more than a bigger space. It's costing me far other greater things that I cannot even begin to fathom right now. So I need to get my ass in gear, or I'm going to be up against a lot more hurdles that I really don't want to be addressing. I love you all. I hope your Saturday is blessed. I hope it's productive, or I hope it's restful, whatever it needs to be for you and your journey. I am rooting for you. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.